comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So the misso is back tomorrow morning, and fucking, it's just right on time. It couldn't have come at a fucking better time. Today was fucking hectic. My son went to one of his school friends' birthdays today, and it was just 2.5 hours, 3 hours actually, of fucking just kids at some fucking jungle playground fucking thing. But it's just full on. I took my daughter, so fucking she was playing around as well. But not only that, like before, I just wanted to fucking sleep in. I'm so fucking exhausted. Then the kid from down the road comes over at fucking like 6:45 or something. So him and my fucking son are screaming about Ronaldo at like 7 a.m. in the fucking lounge room. My daughter comes in, wants breakfast, and then it's just full on from there on in. Choosing a present, wrapping a present. It was a fucking re-gift, but you still got to wrap it. And the first time I wrapped it, I used some old shitty fucking wrapping paper, and it looked like a used gift. I mean, it is a re-gift, but it can't look like one. And the way I fucking wrapped it as well looked like a dad that was just at the end of the fucking road. It looked fucked. So I had to do a YouTube tutorial on how to wrap a gift. And I nailed one side of the gift. It was just some bullshit Lego, some dinosaur thing. And we just don't open Lego here because it gets built once and then it just gets thrown in the fucking toy chest and never used. So perfect for re-gifting. So I did one side of the gift, I wrapped just like perfectly. That was fresh off the tutorial. And by the time I got to the next side, I was like, I'm a pro at this now, but I forgot a few of the basics. And the other side of the gift looked fucking like a dad at the end of his fucking tether, like the original thing. But I just whacked a lot of sticky tape on it and said, fuck you, I don't give a shit now. I was like, is there a card or something? I'm like, I'm not writing a fucking card. So I just got a big black texter and just wrote fucking to this kid from my son on the front of it, on the actual wrapping paper. Fucking cards. No one keeps a card. So that was it. And then you got to fucking like dress them because it's a party and fucking, this is all my wife's stuff. She's good at interacting with like the other parents. I'm the worst at it. I looked over at one stage and all the kids' parents were sitting on a table together laughing their heads off. And I was isolated on a table like fucking 10 tables away just by myself, just looking at my daughter play. I'm like, just go play. I had to coax her into playing. So that was a long fucking day. And then it just doesn't stop. It never stops. Then it's like come home and I just need like 10 minutes to rest. And my son comes in and he's kicking the basketball. He's using the heavy, large basketball to practice kicking against the wall inside. And so I have to yell at him to stop doing that. And then he forgets like 4 minutes later. And the next thing you know, he's kicking it against the wall again. I'm like, this is full on. And actually, I forgot about that to start the day. This is to start the day. I went to 7-Eleven at fucking like 10:30 to get a coffee. And I had to drag my son, my daughter, and the kid from down the road to get my coffee because it was just hectic all day. Usually I get it a bit earlier, but there was just too much shit going on. So I fucking go to 7-Eleven, get my coffee. I've just been having long blacks, so it doesn't really matter what the fuck I drink. Whether it's a 7-Eleven or a cafe one, it all tastes like shit. So I choose the 7-Eleven one because it's fucking $2. And when you get a long black, you need to have 2 shots in it. Otherwise, it just tastes like fucking dirt water. And the 7-Eleven coffee machines, they just do 1 shot. So I stay there and I put 2 shots in and just fill it up full of water. And I do it every fucking day. I'm fucking already highly strung. Fully fucking highly strung because I'm dragging these 3 kids with me to get my fucking relaxing coffee in the morning. And I get to the counter. I'm like, just this coffee, thanks. And he's like, yeah, no worries, $3.50. And I'm like, oh no, it's just a regular coffee. And he's like, yeah, but you put 2 shots in it. I'm like, it's a long black. It needs 2 shots. He's like, yeah, but you have to pay for both the shots. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no milk in there. He's like, you put 2 shots in there. They're the rules. And it was an Indian cunt. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a long black. It's full of water. There's no milk. It's the fucking coffee. I've actually had this same argument with a cunt fucking about 7 years ago when I was working in the cranes. And then he's like, they're the rules, they're the rules, they're the rules. Kept on saying they're the rules. I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay it. I can pay fucking $3.50 for a coffee at a cafe. Why would I pay here? Forget about it. Keep it. And I'm like, all right, kids, let's go. Let's roll out. So the kids walk out. And then the Indian cunt was like, are you going to pay for it? I'm like, I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying $3.50 for it. I'll pay $2 for it. He's like, you took 2 shots. I'm like, yeah, because it's a long black. He's like, what are you talking about, long black? I'm like, you need 2 shots in a long black. Otherwise, it tastes like fucking dirt. He's like, this is stealing. This is the same as stealing. I'm like, call the fucking police then, cunt. And I actually said cunt to him. I'm like, call them. Call them. Bring them down here. I would like to speak to them. Fucking stealing. And then we really got into it. I was so fucking close to just reaching over and throttling him. But I used some of my Buddhism. So I only called him a cunt like 14 times. And a fuckhead. And every other fucking word I could think of, nothing racial. But I was like, what are the fucking rules? What fucking rules are you talking about, cunt? It's 7-Eleven. What fucking rules? And there was a line as well. There was a line of people. And I was going off my head. I didn't give a fuck. It was a good vent. None of the kids saw it. They were all inside. Maybe my daughter was there, actually, holding my hand. No, all the kids were outside. So I really got a good vent out. It was actually cathartic. It was a real Buddhist like experience. Fucking rules. Fucking charge me for an extra shot, you cunt. So I didn't end up getting one there, obviously. I walked out. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I might go back there and speak to like the owner or the manager dude and just go, look, I live like 2 doors down the road. I come here all the time. I have 2 kids. I come here all the time to buy ice creams and chips. I spend a shitload of money here, which I don't. I try and avoid the 7-Eleven at all cost unless it's to get that coffee because it's cheap. But they don't know that. They don't fucking know. There's like 5 different cunts that work there. So unless they all collaborate, they won't fucking know what's going on. And I'll be like, look, I don't mind. I can just go to the Food Works 2 doors down. It doesn't fucking bother me. It's the same distance. But if I'm going to get charged $3.50 for a fucking long black, I'll go to Food Works and I'll just go to a normal cafe. It's up to you. I don't care. Can I come here and get a long black with 2 shots without being accosted by your staff? And he's an Indian cunt as well. And they're like stupid with their pride and all that sort of stuff. He'll be like, you're banned for life. Get out of here. And I'll be like, thank fuck I don't need to go to 7-Eleven ever again. Anyway, it's time for my wife to come back. If you can't hear it, I'm starting fights with 7-Eleven employees. It's time. I need a chop out here. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see ya the fuck later.